There are so many common Clash of Clans questions. How does the Clan War League matchmaking work? What about the loot cart, the shield, the eagle artillery? How about my archer queen? In this video, I will be answering all of them, so there is no more confusion. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. I recently asked you for your Clash of Clans questions on my YouTube community tab and on my Twitter page. There was an overwhelming response, and I want to pick the most common and the most liked questions to give you the answers in this video, because I like to bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos. If that's the type of content you want to see and you want to get involved with more discussions like this in the future, then I would recommend subscribing and also turning on the notification bell. First up, there was a lot of questions about the loot cart. How does this thing work? Is it a percentage of loot stolen? Why does it not stack up? Well, it is 20% of the resources you lose on defense. Now, your opponent always takes 100%. The 20 is generated by the game and given to you in the form of a loot cart. Now, let's keep this simple. If there was 100,000 gold stolen, 100,000 elixir, and 10,000 dark elixir, you would be presented with 20,000 gold, 20,000 elixir, and 2,000 dark elixir. But if you then take a greater loss, the amount would increase. So if you lost 100,000 gold, 150,000 elixir, and 10,000 dark elixir, the gold and dark elixir would not increase, but the regular elixir would increase within the loot cart to 30,000 elixir. However, the best thing is to collect your loot cart after every single defense. This means that the loot cart resets and you can now get the full 20%. You are no longer trying to allow the bigger defense to give you more in the loot cart. However, after 3 consecutive days of not logging online, it will now be based on your town hall level and increase in amount up to 90 days. And at town hall 13, for 90 days, you will get 16 million gold, 16 million elixir, and 160,000 dark elixir. Pretty impressive. Next up, we had quite a few questions with regards to obstacles. So I thought I'd give you a bit of an overview because this can be quite confusing. Did you know that you can only get 45 obstacles on your base at any one time? Now, the limited edition obstacles do overstack, but they count towards the 45. The gem box is the other exception. Now, for that reason, I never have any trees, bushes, trunks, anything like that spawn on my base because I have over 45 just in limited edition obstacles. Now that means I don't get free gems for removing them. You do in the builder's base, but did you know there's actually an algorithm that goes alongside the free gems that you receive? Now I did know this, but I had to look it up. Fortunately, my friends at House of Clashers had the algorithm on their website, but basically you get an average of 2 gems for every obstacle you remove, which is pretty good actually, and that's why I'm going to try and thin out my limited edition obstacles. The other thing worth noting, because it was asked a couple of times, troops are not affected by obstacles. You can place them directly over obstacles. They actually used to be affected. However, this was changed quite some time ago and the troops will just walk right on over them. However, quick note actually, whilst your troops can go over it, as an attacker, know that there cannot be a trap there. So you don't have to send a coconut loon or anything like that if there's obstacles in an area, because you know there's not room for a black bomb. Shout out to Mara Jade for all of the work she does setting up community tournaments, but she asked over on Twitter about the Archer Queen AI. Now again, I was asked this one a couple of times, and I do plan on bringing a video discussing all of the troop AI, so be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for that. However, I went into a bit of depth on the Archer Queen AI within my Queen Walk Explained video. So I'm basically going to take the clip that I did explaining that, play it now, and then we will get into the next question. For any troop in the game, when it is identifying its target to attack, it will look at the closest 3 buildings and attack the easiest to get to before it then retargets for the next one. So after the elixir storage goes down, the 3 closest buildings for the queen, being a ranged troop, is the elixir collector, the wizard tower, and the cannon. However, the easiest one for her to get to, having a range of 5 tiles, is actually the cannon, because she only has to step literally 1 tile to get in its radius. She can shoot over 1, 2, 3, 4, and the cannon being the 5th tile. If you are trying to identify If the queen can reach a building from behind a wall, just know that she can fire a 3-tile gap. To explain this as simple as I can, if you draw a line on the wall the queen is standing next to, and the edge of the building you want to identify if she can reach, so long as there are only 3 tiles in difference between the edge of the building and the wall she is standing next to, then she can reach it. Any more than that, and she cannot. And the 3 tiles can actually be in any direction. So if we had 2 tiles in one direction and a 3rd tile in another, so long as the corner of the Dark Elixir storage was touching this 3rd tile gap, then the queen could reach it. However, just because the queen can reach the building doesn't mean to say she will target it. Remember what we mentioned about the 3 buildings identified and the easiest to get to? It does get a bit complex, but this is where I'm obviously sharing a bit more of the advanced stuff with you. Next question, the Earthquake spell. It says it does decreasing damage. What exactly does that mean? I want to give a quick shout out to the creator code at this point. If you are making any purchases in game, you can help to support your favorite creator by using their code before you make that purchase. Mine is code Judo and it is much appreciated. However, with the Earthquake spell, it deals a percentage damage on the remaining hit points of a building. For walls, it would actually take out any level of wall with 4 Earthquake spells, but for a regular building it deals a percentage damage based on your level of Earthquake. So for argument's sake, at maximum level, if I used this on a building with 10,000 hit points, it would deal 2,900 hit points worth of damage. That leaves the building with 7,100 hit points, and if I use it again, a second Earthquake, I then only deal 29% damage on 7,100 hit points. So for that reason, it is best to use the Earthquake probably only 1 spell at a time, because the more you use, the less value you are getting, and that's why it is impossible to take out a building even with unlimited Earthquake spells. A double question this one, and I will get to the second part after the first one. The Eagle Artillery. How exactly does the Eagle work? When does it activate? I actually answered this in a previous video as well on my tip for every Town Hall level. I will link that video at the end of this one. However, as with the Queen AI, I'm actually going to roll the clip where I answered this question, then we'll come back. It will not activate until a certain part in the raid. For Town Hall 11, you can upgrade it to level 2. You can then upgrade it to level 3 at Town Hall 12 and level 4 at Town Hall 13. Now for levels 1, 2 and 3, there needs to be 180 units deployed before it will activate, and at level 4 this is up to 200 since you have more capacity at Town Hall 13. Now I was very careful to use the word units, and the reason for that is it is not just troop capacity that is calculated in the Eagle Artillery's activation. Let me explain. Every troop has its individual troop capacity, Hog Riders of 5, Baby Dragons of 10, etc, etc. But heroes are also calculated, every hero being worth 25 unit capacity towards that Eagle activation. Spells are also calculated at 5 per spell slot, so Dark Elixir spells and the Lightning spell would be 5 per one used. However, the Rage and Heal being 2 spell slots would be 10 unit capacity towards the Eagle. The siege machines are actually only 1 unit capacity, and all spawned units are not calculated towards this, so any barbarians or archers from the king or queen's ability or the clan castle troops do not count towards its activation. It is the total number deployed of all of this which activates the Eagle. 180 at levels 1, 2 and 3, and 200 at level 4, which is for Town Hall 13 only. The second half of Ethan's question that we just answered was, again, asked a couple of times with regards to rearming traps and defenses. Now there was an update quite some time ago whereby you no longer have to spend resources to arm your traps and regain ammo in your defenses. It just does it automatically when you log in. I personally think that's awesome. However, your defenses can still be subject to run out of ammunition. The defenses that are subject to that are the Eagle, Inferno Tower, Expo and Scattershot. Basically, they have a set amount of time or shots before they will run out if you do not log into the game. Now again, I had to look up the specifics of this because I did not want to give you false information, but on the Clash of Clans wiki, it It is said that the Inferno Tower runs out of ammo after 2 minutes and 8 seconds of firing, the Expo after 3 minutes and 12, the Scattershot after 4 minutes and 33, so even if it is active for the entire raid, you will still get more. It actually said on their website that there was 90 shots within the Scattershot, and the Eagle Artillery will run out after 5 minutes. This obviously resets if you log in, and it regenerates your ammo within the defense. This is something that maybe not everyone knew about if you're an active player, but yes, in one of the previous updates, there was a change whereby your base can start upgrading itself if you have not been active for 90 days. Now, Darian, the community manager, did give us clarification on this. I have his response on Reddit on your screen right now, but in summary, it will not start upgrading if you log in at least once within the 90 days. It will not build new buildings or upgrade your town hall, and it's basically just to give you a little bit of a boost when you come back to the game, much like the loot cart, whereby it will not give you an advantage over being an active player. It will actually only upgrade things to around about half the cost if you were to just log in and collect your collectors every single day. Next up, let's bring you a brief summary on the defensive shield and the village guard. Then we do have another couple of questions. However, I want to very quickly say that I've really enjoyed bringing you this video. So if you do want to see more like this, let me know down in the comments. And if you do want to engage with these videos and ask questions, the best ways are to be subscribed in order to be active on the community tab when I do post questions, or you can follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description because I do plan on asking the questions there as well. However, with regards to the defending shield, this is dependent on your league. That will determine how long of a shield you are granted, and I have all of the stats on your screen. There is a caveat to this in that there needs to be 1/3 of the army deployed based on your town hall level. If 1/3 of the army is not deployed, then you will not be given a shield even if the requirements are met. Now, the village guard works relatively similar. This is active once your shield has ran out, and it depends on what league you are in as to how much of a village guard you are granted. Basically, this is more for Titans League, but the beauty of a village guard is you can attack through it. With a shield, you will actually lose part of your shield each time you attack, but with the village guard, you can just attack freely and you will not lose this. You can also purchase 2 hours of village guard once per day for 10 gems within the shop. And even if you are attacked and do not get granted a shield, as long as one building is destroyed, you will be granted with a 30-minute village guard. Now, this doesn't sound like much, but it might be enough if you're trying to defend to log in and make sure that your traps are reset and your defenses have some more ammo again. Why do I have to wait for my heroes to regenerate before I can use them in friendly challenge? Honestly, I don't have a concrete answer for you on this one, but I did want to answer it because it was asked a ton. Now, the team have said previously that with regards to using heroes in war when they're upgrading, they do feel it's part of the upgrade process and decision making that you have to make when to upgrade your hero, and I do kind of see that argument, but in friendly challenge, it is friendly challenge. I want to use my heroes, and I have no idea why they didn't bring this, whether they will bring this. Honestly though, it could be something as simple as a coding issue, because the team have said quality of life changes are the final parts to an update, and they can only do the amount of time they have left, and the friendly challenge update was a quality of life feature, and it might have just required more coding, i.e. more time, in order to allow us to use heroes. That's why we didn't get it. Maybe we will get it in the future. I hope so. I want to see this as well. That's all I've got for you really, but I did want to at least try and answer it because it was asked a lot. Another question I was asked over on my Twitter page, basically, what is the difference between Clan War Matchmaking and Clan War League Matchmaking? Well, I answered this in a separate video because we all know there can be mismatches within the Clan War Leagues, but there's a reason for that. There is no matchmaking algorithm for the Clan War Leagues, unlike regular Clan Wars. So in regular Clan Wars, your clan's strength is calculated. This is from each individual player's offense and defense. That is paired with another team to give an even match. Now, previously, a lot of people would try and build their bases in a certain way to gain an unfair match. That means they could easily win, and that's why the Clan War Leagues was designed differently. The team explained that they built the Clan War Leagues on a strength plus skill system. That is, the stronger you are and the more skillful you are, the more chance you have of winning, and if you win, you get promoted. If you lose, you get demoted. The matchmaking is based on your league. You are matched with people in your league. That is it. There is no other matchmaking than that. That is why sometimes you can be paired up with someone that is a higher town hall level, because they have lost enough matches to be in your league. That doesn't mean to say you are automatically going to lose, because you might be a better player, and that's where strength plus skill comes in. Now, the rewards are based on the league, and you will get less rewards for winning in a lower league than you do for losing in a higher league. Therefore, there is no advantage for people to drop other than the odd clan that might want to troll. And that is where it can be frustrating. I do get it, but that is the answer to the question, and that's how the system was designed. Can you explain Clash of Clans tournaments, the World Championships, ESL, Champions War League? I'll explain the World Championships real quick because it can be a little bit confusing if you're new to the esports scene. The Champions War League is a community tournament. There's lots of community tournaments. Often they are just for pride, but there can be some sponsored prize money. Now, the World Championships is running pretty much the same as last year in that each month, the top 4 teams from the in-game Clan War Leagues, that is Champions 1 and the top 4 winners of each division, are invited to the qualifiers. This is alongside ESL play, so each month you can sign up with your team of 5, and the top 4 within ESL play are also invited. That means 8 teams, 4 from in-game, 4 from ESL play. They battle it out in the qualifier, and the winner gets the golden ticket. There are 6 qualifiers total, meaning 6 teams qualified into the World Finals. Last year, we then had 2 wildcard votes from in-game, meaning we have 8 teams now in the World Finals. They battle it out, and the winner is the world champion. Last year, it was Nova. Now, with regards to ESL, there are other ESL regional tournaments, but they are all explained on the ESL Play website. Can you explain the Wall Breaker AI for the Archer Queen? Well, my friend, I actually did a video on the Wall Breaker Explained, and I'll have that one linked in the description as well, actually, but that brings a valid point because there were a lot of questions that I have done videos for literally in the last week or 2. So I would recommend going into my video catalog and just having a look down, because often the videos are there and they will explain it in a lot more depth than this style of video. So I would recommend checking out my Wall Breaker Explained video. I've popped the link down in the description for you. A nice one to finish off, but what are your top 5 memories connected to Clash of Clans? Nedster, I hope you're well, my friend. London Live is in there. Now, I will link you across to the video where I gave a tip for every Town Hall level. After this one, I referenced that video earlier, and I would have to say that whilst it's not a specific memory, the best thing about all of this is the friendships I have made, the clashers, content creators that I have been able to meet in real life really is just a special experience. However, let's give you 5 specifics. Number 5, I would have to say, hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube was just a bit of a surreal experience, and I brought a video about a week ago recapping my 5 years here on YouTube. I did that for a few reasons. I thought it would be nice to do. I thought it'd be nice to show aspiring content creators as to the hard work that is required and that you can improve, because I made sure to put my first videos in there. I'll link that one in the description as well if you're interested. Number 4, I would have to say, being able to showcase developer build access before updates. Some of us content creators have the privilege of bringing you specific update content, and the first time I was able to do that really was as a fan of the game. Just again, a surreal experience and has to be in the list. Number 3 would be London Live. That's where I met Nedster. Myself and a couple of other clashers were able to organise an event whereby a lot of us clashers met in London. We were able to raise, I think it was £2,500 for St. Ormond Street Hospital, and it was an incredible experience. It was a very stressful and difficult event to put together, a number of months setting that up, but it was an incredible experience being able to meet other clashers, raise money for charity, and actually the live stream is still on my channel there somewhere as well. Really, really cool. Number 2 would have to be being invited to cast for the World Championship Finals. And the qualifiers, the final itself, everything, just the whole package is still something I am hugely proud and hugely honored to be involved with. And I just love doing it. The highest level of Clash of Clans is amazing. And just to be involved is something that is often difficult to describe, to be honest. My number 1 would have to be the first time I was ever invited to Finland, to Supercell headquarters. Again, a surreal experience. This was for the Ground and Air live stream. If you did check out the video with my 5 years Clash of Clans history, it is within that, but it was just incredible to be able to meet the team and see what goes on behind the scenes, and just very difficult to explain. So that's my number 1. Thank you all for your questions. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you do want to see my tip for every Town Hall level, I've got it linked on your screen right here. Subscribe button is there as well, my friends. You have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.